A man was sitting inside his luxury villa in Bangkok, working on his laptop, when suddenly he heard a loud crash from outside. Unaware that his lavish lifestyle was about to come to an end in just a few minutes, he left his laptop open and ran outside. A woman had informed the police, who had been waiting for this day for many years. It was the morning of July 5th, 2017, in Bangkok, and the man we are talking about was no ordinary person. He lived a life of a multimillionaire, like a king. For years, he had kept his identity hidden. A small mistake cost him everything: properties, money, wealth, cars, and even his life. But what was that small mistake? And how did the police from 7 countries find the world's most wanted dark web king along with Colbin? Welcome back to another video from Gem TV, viewers. This was in 2010 when the dark web was slowly rising. The dark web is the other side of the internet where all kinds of illegal activities take place. From drugs and weapons to giving contracts for target killings, all the black business happens here. There are such activities here that it's hard for us to even believe when we hear about them. There is a specific reason behind all these activities happening on the dark web. People involved in illegal activities worldwide want to hide their identity so that they can't be caught by the police and law enforcement agencies, and the dark web seemed to be solving this issue for them permanently. Just as we use Google for browsing on the normal internet, the Tor browser is used for browsing on the dark web. Before 2010, the dark web wasn't very popular. But with the advent of cryptocurrencies, the issue of payment transfer for illegal trades was resolved, because tracking cryptocurrency is nearly impossible for authorities. All issues related to illegal trades on the dark web were resolved. Contractors' identities were safe, and payment transfers became quite secure. Now the only thing needed was a good and reputable platform or dark website. The first dark website to emerge was called Silk Road, which gained significant success in this dark corner of the internet. It launched in February 2011, and within no time, it had over 100,000 customers. But after 2.5 years, the owner of Silk Road was caught, and the website was shut down. However, due to the high demand for this business, many new dark websites were launched within days, including websites like Silk Road 2.0 and Evolution. On these websites, customers would give their bitcoins to the platform for buying and selling. After the purchase, the bitcoins would be given to the seller after deducting the platform's commission. Since all the business here was black market, website operators often took all the customers' money and shut down the website, which is known as exit scams. No one knew who they were, and due to the dark web, tracing them was nearly impossible. Consequently, in the case of exit scams, drug dealers would simply shift to other platforms. In the early years of the dark web, there were many scams. Exit scams, platform owners getting caught, and hacking were very common. There was a need for a reputed and trusted platform, and this was the time when AlphaBay, a dark website, was launched on the dark web in 2014. No one knew the name or location of the person who launched it. He identified himself as Alpha02. But later, the sale and purchase of other products also started here, such as money laundering and drugs. There were certain things that were not allowed to be traded on AlphaBay, such as child abuse and details of stolen Russian bank accounts. But why was that? Perhaps Alpha02 did not want to mess with the Russian law enforcement agency, or maybe he wanted to show the US law enforcement agencies that he was running this from Russia, of course, where the US has no hold. In the very first year, AlphaBay started to establish its foothold on the dark web. In just 1 year, 200,000 customers and more than 40,000 sellers began conducting their black business peacefully here. By 2017, more than 300,000 items were listed on AlphaBay, and daily sales reached around $400,000. Alpha02, whom no one knew, started earning millions of dollars a month from these sales, and quickly became the sole king of the dark web world. AlphaBay had become the largest marketplace on the dark web, establishing a trust level between dealers and customers. Amidst all this, law enforcement agencies around the world were trying to uncover the true identity of Alpha02, but so far, they had been unsuccessful. So the hunt for Alpha02 begins. The team is determined, scouring through every lead and clue. They know the stakes are high, and there's no room for error. Every second counts in this high-stakes pursuit. Will they find Alpha 02 before it's too late? Finally, after days of relentless effort, the breakthrough comes. It's a moment of triumph and relief. The team has cracked the code and the path forward is clear. The breakthrough is not just a victory, but a testament to their perseverance and skill. The journey isn't over, but this is a major milestone. Operation Bayonet was a coordinated effort involving multiple law enforcement agencies. It was a meticulous and well-planned operation aimed at dismantling the dark web marketplace. The operation required months of preparation and the cooperation of international authorities. The goal was to strike a significant blow to the illicit online trade. And finally, the day of reckoning arrived. The arrest was swift and decisive. Law enforcement moved in with precision, apprehending key figures involved in the marketplace. It was a moment of triumph for the authorities, a culmination of their relentless pursuit of justice. The suspects were taken into custody, and the dark web marketplace was effectively shut down. This marked a significant turning point in the fight against cybercrime. In the aftermath of the operation, the impact was felt far and wide. The dark web community was in disarray, and many users were left scrambling. The authorities had sent a clear message: no one is beyond the reach of the law. The successful operation also led to increased efforts in monitoring and preventing cybercrime. It was a victory, but the battle against the dark web was far from over. In conclusion, Operation Bayonet was a landmark event in the fight against cybercrime. It demonstrated the power of international cooperation and the effectiveness of well-coordinated law enforcement efforts. The dark web marketplace may have been disrupted, but the lessons learned and the strategies developed will continue to shape future operations. The fight against cybercrime is ongoing, but with each victory, we move one step closer to a safer digital world.